Hey, Todd here, Center Valley Customs. Welcome back for those of you that are back. Welcome to everyone else. Today, we're not touching it. It's going to be actually kind of a big day for me. Well, for me, I think it's big, but everybody else probably ain't going to care. We're going to get into this motor. I want to tear it down, see what's inside, see if I got taken or not, and go from there. Okay, this is a 5.3 liter LT, not an LS, LT. I believe this is out of a 2019-ish Silverado. It's a L84. The difference between an L84 and L83, to my understanding, anything I say in this video, take it with a grain of salt because I know nothing about these motors. I've never had one. I've never had one tore down, whatever. I know nothing about it besides for the little bit of research I did after I got it. But I believe the difference between an L84 and an L83 is the L84s are flex fuel and the L83s aren't, is what I understand. I kind of, I don't want to say bought this on a whim, but I found it on Facebook. Before I even realized what it was, I threw the guy an offer. So I think he had it online for like $550, something like that. I offered him $400 that I'd come get it today. And he replied back, okay, I'll take it. So I gave $400 for this motor, which is either a steal or I got completely screwed. But we're gonna figure that out eventually. Apparently this has lifter tick or has a collapsed lifter. That's what I was told anyways. The guy that I got it from, he was gonna use it in his project truck. And actually when I got there, I was like extremely surprised because he had a early Ford Ranger with a twin turbo 5.3 LS in it. I was like, holy Jesus, I didn't think you could fit all that in there. And I was just blown away. It was awesome. I would put pictures up of it, but I don't want to just take that guy's stuff and spread it around the internet. So not going to do that. But I saw this ad, and actually what drew me to it was this intake. I thought this was like a LS3 intake, you know, out of a car, whatever, to use on that 5.3. So that's the first thing I saw. I was like, oh, $500, I'll take the motor, Taylor can have the intake. But after I offered the guy and he said, yeah, I'll take it, I started doing more research, and then honestly I was contemplating on not even going to get it. But I figured, you know what, $400, let's just roll the dice and see what we get. So I know nothing about these. I've never had one apart. And we're gonna take it apart and see if I got screwed or not. So let's get into it. So first thing we need to do is get these fuel rails off. So one difference between the, I guess a few differences, whatever, between the LS and the LT motors are the injectors are not in the intake. The injectors go directly into the head. The other big difference is the exhaust and intake valves are actually swapped from an LS motor. Also, these injectors, your standard LS motor runs on 60 PSI, you know, fuel pressure, whatever. At the injector, so this is actually a high pressure fuel pump right here. So these, you get what, 60 PSI from your fuel pump up to this pump. This pump's putting out 2,900 PSI. So essentially it works like a diesel almost, where you have a lift pump up to your high pressure pump, whatever, which is pretty interesting. But when I read that, I was like, that can't be right. And then I was talking to Travis about it, and he said the same thing. He's like, there's no possible way that that's 2,900 PSI. It'd blow the lines off, whatever. And then he was actually the one that was like, hey, do you have this pump on the top? I was like, yeah. He's like, yeah, that's a high pressure fuel pump. So that shows you how much I know about these motors. I know nothing. I know this has DOD on it, whatever they call that. and VVT, variable valve. DOD is where it shuts down certain cylinders and whatnot and whatever. So the lifters for the DOD are common to fail. They're supposedly some weird tall lifter with like a big spring on it, and we'll see it once we pull the heads off. But first thing I need to do, get these fuel rails off, and then I can get this valley cover off, and we'll start pulling heads and whatnot. So, all right, let's see what we got here. I'm hoping this whole rail comes out. I don't have to take the injectors off of it or anything like that. There she goes. Okay. There's the injectors. Look a lot different than LS style. Obviously they got to be longer to get into the head. Ooh, it's got gas in it yet. I don't know what I'm looking at, so I don't know. So I'm going to set everything as if I took the motor and went like this. I'm going to try to leave all the hardware with it, because to be completely honest with you, I don't know when I'm actually going to get into rebuilding this, so I'm going to try to keep all the hardware with it. I'm not going to bag and tag anything. And I'm actually going to probably put it all back together sloppily, loose, whatever. Ooh, there's a lot of crap in there. Oh, yep. That just went directly into the cylinder. Perfect. A lot of the gaskets didn't come off with these. Okay, see if we can get this out of here. This is that high pressure pump. I assume it runs off the back of the cam, and there's a push rod type thing that pushes on this. Looks like a valve spring actually. Okay, this is a big connector that's got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. I don't know, there's like 15 pins in there. When I rigged this up, in my truck, I had a ratchet strap over top of this, and I actually broke a piece of there's like supposed to be a lock on this connector. I heard it break, and I didn't know what it was. I thought it was just a sensor. I'm like, it's just a sensor, don't worry about it. And I get it home, and I pull this off. Yeah, it's a big can like style connector. I was like, wow, thank God that didn't like break. Nope. Hey, yeah. Oh, there she goes. I'm going to be careful with this because there's going to be a wire. Oh, no, there's not. That stays in there. Okay. Interesting. Okay. I don't know what I'm looking at here. Somebody done went and stuck a whole bunch of wires and stuff in here. I have no idea what these are for. I assume they're for the lifter to shut down cylinders. I honestly have no idea. But we got to figure out how we're going to... I don't even know if I want to take any of that out, to be honest. Maybe I should just leave it all in there like that. Alright, I think I'm going to attempt to just leave all this stuff in here and not take this out, because I don't know what it is. I have a feeling I need to take the oil pump thing off of here in the back in order to get the cam out. But for now, I'm just gonna get the valve covers and pull the heads off and hopefully leave all that. Okay, so if I went like this would be over here. Looks nice and clean in there. Looks nice and clean. Oh. Huh. Here's inside. Nice and clean. I noticed these don't have, like the LS, they have the, I don't know what you want to call it, rocker, the tube. I can't remember what they call it. But anyway, I don't want to call it a girdle. I don't know what it's called. But all the rockers are more like a small black Chevy, and they're just bolted. There's not like a, I don't know what they called it, the whole assembly where you could just take the one tube out and all the rockers would come out together. But it's more like a small block Chevy. Okay, we'll get these lifters all out of here. Or we won't. Maybe we won't. One thing I did notice already with the rockers, I don't know, can you see what I see? Notice the color. These are pretty shiny. I don't want to say shiny, but they're not dark like these are. So this is the right side. This would be the driver's side and the passenger side. One thing I was told is that the person that had this truck, whatever, drove it from Wisconsin to Arizona back and forth for like cancer treatment. And apparently it had a lifter go bad and this guy had it replaced. And then like 100 miles later, another one went out or something. So he just got sick of it, said piss on it, put a different motor in it. I assume it was under warranty. I have no idea. But so I do believe that this motor has been worked on once already. And that's kind of a tall tale sign that something's been replaced at one point. A lot of times, at least with LS's, inside here where the push rod pushes inside here, if it's, I would assume it's not getting good oil pressure, you'll see inside there it'll be gouged out. Like on a small block Chevy, your push rod spins, right? With the LS, because they're roller rockers, they don't spin. At least I would assume they don't spin. So it's one thing to look out for, at least in an LS motor. You know, look at the bottom of your rockers and look at your push rods. You'll see it right away, and your push rods will be all wore out because they're not spinning or whatever. No oil, whatever the case may be. These do have some hefty diameter push rods. Probably don't want to mix these up, but be honest with you, they're going to get mixed up eventually at some point. So I don't really care, and I plan on putting a cam in this anyway. To delete the DOD, I don't know if I want to delete the VVT. Probably will, just to make it simpler, but at least if I delete, I have to delete the DOD, and I'm sure with the cam I'll get push rods and springs and all that stuff. So I really don't care that much. So, but let's get these heads off, see what we got inside there. That's the big ticket right there, to see what these pistons look like. So I was going down the line here to see what socket I need to, you know, for these head studs, or head bolts I should say. And I found something. What in the world are you doing in there? There's a socket head cap bolt in there. I can't say that that's wrong, but something tells me that guy's not supposed to be in there. Just assuming. I could be wrong. If you know, comment, whatever. Tell me why the hell they got one different bolt in there, but I'm guessing I'm guessing that's not right, because this side is not like that. This side is all regular head bolts. Alright, this one socket head cap, whatever the heck you call it. I got a 12mm Allen. I don't know if that's right. It feels kind of sloppy, but it's probably like a 13. I don't have it, so. Oh boy, it's in there. Please don't break. Oh, there she went. Oops, sorry. Holy moly. Okay. You are the weakest link. Goodbye. We'll just leave that on there. All right, let's see if we can get these off of here. Damn it. Make sure you use the impact socket and 6-point, not a 12 like I am. Okay. Is that all? These motors have 11-to-1 compression. My small block in my Camaro has 11.5-to-1. So, which, I mean, it's not a lot, but I mean, that's some compression there. When a, standard small block Chevy is like 9.5, something like that. All right, please don't be bad. What is going on here? Well, what in the world? Actually, I'm going to pull all these bolts out. I was going to leave them all in there, but I want to stand this up. I guess I still could stand it up. Alright. Oh, that come off a lot easier. Ah! So, like I said, these look good, honestly. But the intake and combustion, intake and exhaust valve are flip-flopped on these. This looks good. Multi-layer gasket. Garbage. Got a lot of crap in here. Alright. Just come loose. That's all you gotta do. Oh, that made me nervous. Oh, I gotta get the wheel chocks out? Come on. Okay. These ones are gooped up with anti-seize, so I have a good feeling this head's been off before. Alright, let's see. Oh! Brand new head gasket. Huh. Well, brand new head gasket. So my suspicion was correct. May not be a detective, but I know if a damn head's been off before. Cylinders at least look really good. It's an odd piston design, but I don't know. But cylinders all look good. Still got crosshatch. A little bit of marks there, if you can see. But I think that's pretty normal. I can't feel them with my finger or anything. Can't get them with a. Sorry, you're looking off into no man's land. Can't feel them with my fingernail or anything. So get these lifter holder thingamajiggers out of here. Actually, don't these just come right out of here now? Nope. Okay, we'll get these off. And then we'll see those weird VVT lifters, or not VVT lifters, DOD lifters. Look at this. Probably should save that. I could probably reuse it. Just kidding. Oh, brand new lifter tray. Yeah. Pull at the bottom. Top, bottom. Which way? Come on. Which way do these things come out of here? There we go. See, these are what these lifters look like. They got a big spring on the top. Goofy. Goofy looking. Should I actually, before I take these out, see if I can tell which lifter is supposedly collapsed. I truly don't know how to tell, so it's probably going to be a waste of time, but grab a push rod here and see. I don't know what I'm looking at or what I'm looking for, but they all seem normal to me. Oh, is that bad? These are they brand new? Can't tell. See, this one lifter tray is like nice and gray, and this one's all old. So this was for sure replaced at one time. If you know how to, you're just looking down at the ground. If you know how to check for a collapsed lifter, comment below and let me know, because I honestly don't know. One thing I noticed on a couple of these lifters, kind of looking through them, in that brand new lifter tray, there's two of them where the roller, I don't know if you can see this or not, but this roller looks like it got just beat on. This outside edge here is all mashed in. I don't know what that means, but there's two of them. Other than that, they all look the same. Obviously all the lifters on this side are brand new, so somebody obviously took this side of the motor out and put all brand new lifters in it. So I pulled the oil pump push rod thingamajigger on there. Look at that bad boy. Big old roller on there. Jesus, Lord have mercy. Whoops. We'll try to get this crank pulley off. Of course, I borrowed my good puller to a guy at work today, knowing I was going to do this, because I had another one, Harbor Freight Special. Unfortunately, Taylor and Travis, pretty sure they did it, gulled the living hell out of the threads. So I just spent the last 45 minutes trying to get the threads, clean the threads up to use it. Unfortunately, I just took all the threads out of it, so that thing is scrap. So anyway, get this bolt off. I don't have a metric socket, so 15/16 is going to have to do it. And I got the old big dog Milwaukee out. Hopefully that'll get her. Come on. That ain't gonna do it. How am I gonna get that out? Get a breaker bar on it, but I can't hold it because I ain't got a flywheel in the back. I do not lose. We went over this already. I always win. I went back and forth with this about 13 bajillion times, and finally it just broke loose. Thank God. I got the old Ingersoll Rand air out here. That thing's junk too. All right, so now let's see if I can get in here with my puller and see if we can get this pulled off. Wow, I was hanging on that thing with the pry bar. I thought the whole motor was just gonna flip off the stand or break the stand off. But she held in. All right, like I said, all I got is this little dinky puller now, which I don't know if it's gonna have enough stroke. I got something screwed up. Maybe not. Oh, you know what? Huh, I'm an idiot. You can grab it on the inside, which would be probably easier, although I don't know that these are gonna catch that lip. I'll keep trying this way for a moment until I get irritated. And I'm irritated. All right, flip these around. All right. There she goes. Keyway gonna fall out. I'll leave it for now. All right, that went a little easier than I expected. Get this timing cover off, see what we got inside. Something tells me I'm gonna have to take all this off in order to get the cover off, but I'm just gonna wing it. Long ones go in the bottom. Remember that. Medium ones go in the bottom. Remember that. Good. Okay, thank God. All right. Kind of forgot all this was in here, to be honest. I forgot about the timing chain and all this stuff. The oil pump's got to come off, which means we probably got to pull the oil pan before we can get that off. No idea how that all comes apart. Two 3 feet long bolts in the back. Okay, now I should get a rubber mallet. Oh, that's different. Well, there's inside. Typical coloring. I think that's from the synthetic oils that we use now instead of like the regular oils. One thing that's different is the oil pump, the pickup tube is just got an O-ring here, where like a LS motor, you bolted the pickup tube on top of the windage tray, where this just has an O-ring there, and the pickup tube is actually in the oil pan itself. It's kind of neat, different, but work on getting this oil pump off of here now, get the timing chain off, and pull that cam out. All right, I'll get this off of here. This socket's taking a beating. Okay. Kick that bolt around. I should probably put that up here. Typical like LS style oil pump. Obviously it's different because of this, but actually with these oil pumps, I forgot all about this. These oil pumps, from what I understand, are like dual pressure somehow, one way or another. There's actually, I thought there was wiring that actually went to this. I thought maybe it's not this motor, but certain LT motors have like a dual pressure pump or something so that you can vary the pressure in the oil pump to gain more horsepower. I don't know. I don't understand it. Well, I don't know if this is the right way to do this. And this, of course, I don't have a metric socket to fit this. How can I hold this? Hate to jam something in the crank, but I think that's what I'm going to do. Oh, something happened. There's probably a spring in there. So this will probably all just come flying apart. Huh. Look at that thing. I don't get it. Don't get it at all. Does it slide now? Oh, hey, look at that. That's how that comes apart, just like that. Who would have thought? Okay, now to the part we've all been waiting for, or at least I have. Get this retainer off of here, and we should be able to pull the camera right out. Ooh. 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 Okay. Ooh. Yeah, just beat them bearings up, no problem. All right. Oh, that thing is massive. Come on. There we go. Ooh. I see an issue already. Come on. Come out. Come out. Come out. Okay. She's out. I got this cam out. And if you can see, there's one little piggy that did not want to go over the market. It got chowdered. I don't know how close I can get to get this to focus, but this one here, junk. There were two lifters that I thought looked chowdered, but I only see one lobe that's blatantly, obviously destroyed. But in order to get rid of the DOD on this motor, you have to put a different cam in it. So I don't care how this cam looks, it's junk, but I don't care because I'm going to replace it anyway to get rid of the DOD. But one thing with the LT motors is the cam journals are bigger. This is the lobe that runs the fuel pump, that big bastard. The bearings, the front one looks okay. Normally with LS motors, if you don't look at them, they're good enough. But being that I have this all torn down and I would like to build this fairly stout, I'll go through and replace all the bearings in it probably, unless I get cheap. I'll have to obviously pull everything apart and look at everything closely before I go ordering parts for it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll get cheap and just leave them in there. Clean it up real good. Yeah, so that was the culprit for sure, lifters and cam. So that's what took this motor out, which makes me wonder, I guarantee you that cam was already junk when they replaced the lifters or whatever they did on the passenger side of this. So whoever did that work, shame on you, but thank you, because I got this thing for a steal, I think. All right, I'm going to pull one of these main caps off, just take a look at the bearings. The side bolts in this are an M8 also, where, like I said, or the LSs are an M6. They're in there tight too. Something Taylor showed me this last weekend, a 5.3 cast block, bare, no crank, nothing, not even, I don't even think it had main caps in it, is heavier than a big block 454 bare, which is crazy to think. Obviously assembled, it's probably completely different, probably completely opposite, but bare block, a 5.3 cast iron bare block is heavier than a 454 big block, which is wild. All right, let's see if this will come out here just by hand, or if I gotta get a rubber mallet out here. Oh, it'll come right out of there. A little trick to get these out, like I see everybody do. Pull these up a little bit, squeeze them together, wiggle the hell out of it. It'll come out. Oh, it's nice, they're all numbered already. Oh, there she goes. Ooh. Should be getting bearings. Well, there's the one main I pulled out. So that will for sure, actually, I can't feel it, but it looks like it should be replaced, but honestly I can't even feel it. So I don't know, but looking at that, I'd replace them. I take that back, you can feel it. So it'll be getting new main cap bearings. Crank doesn't look terrible though. I'd let that ride. Get one of these rod ends off just because, with the right tool. Look brand new. Brand new. See if I can get one more off and just eyeball it. Looks good. That one looks good too. So if I had to guess, I could probably get away with main bearings and cam bearings. Probably could get away with leaving those cam bearings in, honestly. Well, there it is. Finally got this all tore down to figure out what was wrong with it and if I got screwed or not. Bad cam. I say I got a good deal. 400 bucks. I've seen these on Facebook Marketplace for like $2,000, something stupid like that. But to have a bad cam means nothing to me because due to DoD delete, you got to get a different cam anyway. So doesn't make a difference. I've seen a couple DoD delete kits online. They're like 800 bucks, something like that, 750, 800 bucks. I don't know off the top of my head exactly, but which I'd be okay with that. I'm fine with that as long as the cam isn't like a stock replacement. I don't want to say stock replacement, but stock equivalent. I want something that's, you know, at least a little rowdy. I don't have any plans for this besides build it and get it like ready to run. I don't have a vehicle for it. I have a vehicle in mind, but I need to go look at it and see if it's even worth me even trying to do anything with. But you'll see that later if I do that. If you have any experience with like these LT motors, let me know. If you've done the DoD delete kit, if you've done the VVT delete, any of that kind of stuff. I've seen where you can buy like a LS6 cam gear to get rid of the VVT, but I don't know. Let me know if anybody else has any other experience or if there's anything else I should do to it while I got it all apart. But that's all I got. I'm going to be gone again on another work trip for 2 weeks starting Sunday. So even when this video comes out, I'll already be gone. So I plan on doing another short video probably on this. I got a couple things to do. I'd like to get the coilovers all set and all that kind of good stuff. Maybe try bleeding the brakes again because they seem squishy yet. But I don't know. If you made it this far in the video, hey, I appreciate you watching. Stick around for more. Hopefully it gets a little more exciting. I keep saying that, but it's true. I hope it gets more exciting. But yeah, thanks again. Thanks for watching, and I'll catch you on the next one.